Well, yes, Rod.
G'day, Neil. My mum's obviously one of Bill Shorten's fat cats. He's an 89-year-old Veterans Affairs pensioner, courtesy of my dad's war service in World War II. He died 20 years ago, leaving her a modest house and a comfortable, a small parcel of shares. She's on a full DVA pension of $24,000. The shares bring in $8,300 worth of dividends, of which $3,500 is the franking credit. So Mr Albanese and Mr Shorten are quite happy to take away that $3,500 from her, leaving her with a net income of under $30,000, probably $28,000, so 10% haircut. I guess she's got plenty of time to plan for it, Mr Albanese. She can plan to cancel a hairdresser, plan to cancel some of her little treats to make life worth living when you're 89 and you haven't done enough for your country.
Okay. Rod, hold on, Mr Albanese.
Look, I'm very sympathetic with your mum's case, but of course she won't lose a dollar from any of those dividends. She won't lose a dollar from a pension. It will result in a change in terms
She'll
of...
lose money, though.
Yes, it will result in a change in terms of the treatment of those dividends.
An 89-year-old war veteran's
receive.
widow who's going to, on 20 grand, 24 grand, he's going to lose money. She a fat cat?
According to, well, no, she's not. And I don't know all of the circumstances, and I can't be, with respect, be expected to confirm details about where those investments are, how much they are. But I'm also not going to say to someone who rings up with an 89-year-old mum whose husband fought for our nation that she's deserving of anything but respect. And I certainly have that for her.
Does this sound like respect?
But I'm not... Well, what the circumstances here are, Neil, that you simply have an unsustainable loophole that was never intended to be. It was never intended.
Means tested.
It was never intended to be a part of the system.
What's wrong with means testing?
Ever. There is no country in the world, in the OECD, there is not a single country that provides for cash payments, essentially a refund of tax that hasn't been paid. That is essentially what the current system
arguably has been paid
allows to
tax,
occur. But in terms of the income tax...
What is wrong with just hitting the fat cats, hitting you and me? What's wrong with that?
Well, what we want, and the proposal here is for simplicity of the system to remove this anomaly that has been identified, that overwhelmingly...
Can I have a bet with you? You'll change it before the election.
Goes.
I have a little bet with you. You'll change it and introduce some sort of targeting of the fat cats and let Rod's mum off the hook.
Well, I'm not a gambler, Neil. Yeah, and I didn't think you were either.